Hey everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Godzilla, King of the Monsters. King of the Monsters follows on from 2014's Godzilla. It is the latest entry into the Monsterverse, at least prior to the release of Godzilla vs. Kong. One of the first Godzilla film's biggest problems was its uninteresting human characters, the other being the distinct lack of Godzilla for the majority of the film. The sequel seeks to rectify that. Unfortunately, though, it does that the same way Kong Skull Island did, by showing too much of the titular kaiju and filling its human plotlines with dozens of underdeveloped characters. Taking over from Aaron Taylor-Johnson is Kyle Chandler as the newest protagonist, Mark Russell. The story with the family is the central emotional thread throughout the movie, and it, like the story of the original Godzilla, falls flat. His wife is shoehorned in as a surprise villain in the second act, and the internal logic of her, and all of the characters really, is just ridiculous. There's a massive supporting cast, including the likes of Thomas Middleditch and Anthony Ramos, with Ken Watanabe and Sally Hawkins as the only returning players from the original. One of them, in particular, is done real dirty by the writers. Of course, both of these phenomenal actors were poorly used last time, and that's no different here. A sacrifice at the beginning of the third act did pull at my heartstrings a little bit, but if we had seen that character and their relationships developed more, then ultimately that could have been a much more impactful scene. But instead it just left me disappointed that I cared so little. Of course, it's hard to talk about Godzilla without talking about, well, Godzilla. He looks so damn awesome here, as does every kaiju we get to see, and there's a lot of them. We've got Mothra, Rodan, some mammoth-looking guy, the weird thing from the first film, and, of course, King Ghidorah, who serves as the primary antagonist for Godzilla. The fight scenes here are generally way cooler than those featured in the previous movie, but not quite as cool as those we got to see in Kong Skull Island. Unfortunately, a lot of the fights are still set at night, all covered in a cloud of dust which obscures a lot of the action. This is something that Kong Skull Island managed to avoid. Plus, there's no Brie Larson here, so that immediately drops the film's rating a couple stars. Godzilla, King of the Monsters is able to deliver some good thrills, and I never found myself bored or uninterested throughout its over 2-hour runtime. However, despite its incredible visuals, it's still a middling adventure that leaves lots to be desired when it comes to its narrative side. I'd still recommend checking it out if you're a fan of these kinds of films, but with that, I end my review by asking you to go and watch my Zack Snyder Justice League review. I worked really hard on it and I'm genuinely proud of it, so yeah, please go watch that. That's all I have to plug, so with that, roll credits.